Hello, hello, test, test, test. Hello, hello, test, test. Hello, hello. Oh my god. Test, test, test. Test, test. Hello.
Test, test, test. Test, test. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, test.
bow your heads in a moment of silence and please say a prayer for the families involved.
Okay. River City Sports Media welcomes here tonight to Viking Stadium, home of the Symmes Valley Vikings and the home of the round 2 of the Division 7, Region 27 of the second round of this playoffs. I am Malachi Roselle here with River City Sports Media, along with my partner in crime, Landon Schultz. How are we doing here tonight, Landon?
Doing great. You know, round 2. Nothing excited more than this. You know, I didn't expect to be here tonight, but I'm blessed for the opportunity, and let's get it going.
It's going to be a good one, as it looks like it'll be Trimble kicking the ball away first things first, and the Vikings, who are averaging 43 points a game on offense, will retrieve the ball first in this one. This is going to be a highly anticipated matchup between these two squads. The 12 seed Trimble after a big win versus South Gallia last week. as that will be kicked up and away, but we already have a flag on the kickoff, and it looks like it's going to be a false start on the kickoff team. And it's going to be an offsides instead. That's going to pin Trimble back a couple extra yards. As back to return, it looks like it will be Ashton Maynard and Michael Weaver. On the kickoff team, it is the junior Hunter Bykowski. Coming into this ball game, Symmes Valley has a record of 6-0, Landon. And here we go as Bykowski kicks it up and away. We are live from Vikings Stadium. And oh my goodness! The Tomcats coming in early trying to hit hard, and he does exactly that. A great job on the kickoff return, already sending a man headhunting. What a great job right there by the Tomcats special teams, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you there, Malachi. They came out strong, ready to go. It's nothing more like a mud bowl in the playoffs.
Yeah, the rain kind of slowing down here. When I first got here at 5 o'clock, it was absolutely pouring, but now the rain's cooled down a little bit. It's a little bit more of a chill type of day here at Symmes Valley High School at Viking Stadium, as the clock is at 11:55. And here we go. Brox Carpenter and his squad looking to come out here. Here is Carpenter, drops back, gives it over to Asher Maynard. Maynard breaks a tackle, gets a yard or two, and he'll be down after like a 6-yard gain.
What a pass there by Brox Carpenter, eh? You know, he was one of our players to watch. I know we talked about it earlier.
Carpenter with over 2,500 passing yards on the season, 30 passing touchdowns, and also 4 rushing touchdowns. So whatever this guy does through the air, on the ground, he can hurt you anyway.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Carpenter takes a snap. It's a play action, and it's going to be a pass over to the outside, but it is dropped. Unfortunate turn of events as the freshman Beckham Roth on the dig route right there just came back and dropped the football.
Yeah. You know, Brox Carpenter, he's going to air it out. We talked about this all week at school, how this team is an absolute gunslinger team.
And here it is on the 3rd down and 4. And the flags are going to be thrown. That is going to be an offsides on Trimble. And that will give the Vikings an advantage. Carpenter takes a snap as the rain pours down here. It's an all-out blitz, and down he goes! Hunter Bykowski on the sack, and the junior is amped up. An amazing job well done right there, and all of a sudden, after that encroachment penalty by the Tomcats, it is 2nd down and 18 for this air raid Vikings offense. A tremendous turn of events right there, and now it is 2nd down and 18, Landon.
Yeah. You know, Trimble's defense coming out to play early.
Carpenter, along with Maynard in the backfield. The sophomore gunslinger drops back, takes a snap. He's going to chuck it deep down the field, and that one is incomplete, but it's going to be a pass interference call. Paul Sharp, the senior quarterback, on the coverage there, and it's going to be a pass interference and a gain of 15 yards for the Vikings.
You know, that really helped the Vikings' offensive movement because it looked like they were down and back pretty far on that 2nd down and 18. Who knows if they would have converted it, but that 1st down gets them some free downs.
A very
to play
big deal
with.
right there as the 12 seed making some early mistakes, giving them 2 first downs in a row off of penalties. That is absolutely massive. It'll now be 2nd down and 3. Carpenter getting ready to take the snap. Maynard still along with him in the backfield. Carpenter getting set. Gives it to Maynard up the middle, and Maynard, he is down after about a 3 to 4 yard gain, and it's going to be a 3rd down and short for the Vikings. And they're going to call it a first down instead, just barely a move of the chains for the Vikings, and they'll keep this one going.
No way to get a first down there by Symmes Valley. Way to move the chains.
Here is Carpenter once again. Drops back, takes a snap, and he's going to hurl it over the middle to Maynard, and he is down at the 40 right where he came. That'll be about a gain of 2 or 3, but a nice job there by the Tomcats linebacker corps, making sure that there was nothing after the catch. And now a second down and medium for the Tomcats to face. Here is Carpenter. He'll drop back and take the snap once more. He's going to air it out over to his main man, Levi Russell. Russell, the man with the cast on, breaking free. And he'll be down inside the 25.
Wow.
Levi Russell, the sophomore. They call him the fastest man in Symmes Valley, and he shows it right there as the juke to the right side.
You know, I could tell right there he was the fastest man in Symmes Valley. Way to get out inside the numbers, a couple juke moves, and pick up a first down.
Now it's Carpenter once again. 3 wide receivers to the stack set on the right side of Carpenter. Man in motion. Carpenter drops back, and it's going to be over to his main man once again. But Fields breaks through, but he is down right where he came again. The sophomore could not make anything happen after the catch. Trying to get it in the backfield right there and try and give it to the number 1 receiver. Jackson Fields, the sophomore, 36 receiving yards away from 1,000 yards on the season.
Especially in your sophomore year, that's a pretty great accomplishment to have.
Very impressive. Now here is Carpenter once again. Second down and 6. Carpenter drops back, and this one is going back. That's going to be a false start, it looks like, on the Vikings, and it will. It's going to be a loss of 5 for Symmes Valley. And all of a sudden, it's a second down and 11. You may be in field goal range here, but their kicker's career long is only a 23-yarder. Here is Carpenter dropping back once again. He's going to air it out to Fields. Oh, he just dropped it. He found his main man Fields wide open, and he just came out of the hands of the sophomore duo. Very unfortunate turn of events right there, and now you got a third down and long if you're the Vikings. As the Vikings are making some substitutions. Here is a crucial third down and 10 on the first drive of the game. Carpenter drops back, needing a first down. Carpenter is in trouble, chucks it up for Maynard, and nowhere near him there. And it's going to be a 4th down and long for the Vikings. And it looks like they are going to stay on the field.
Do they have a field goal kicker, Malachi?
Yes, they do. Miguel Ferreira, the freshman kicker, but his career long is 23-yarder.
How do I find out the score for try that?
Carpenter on this crucial 4th down and 10. He's going to air it out down the field, and it's blocked and chucked down. Was trying to find Russell. And a very unfortunate turn of events. The Vikings turn it over on downs. And now it is going to be Paul Sharp and his fellas heading out once again for the first time today. Sharp was called for the pass interference call when he was at corner, and now he'll be playing quarterback. Speaking of him playing quarterback, this is his first time ever being at quarterback in his entire life. He never played it in Little League. He never played it in junior high. He's just a pure athlete, and now he is playing football for the Trimble Tomcats as the quarterback. And here is that classic Phil Fairs ran wishbone offense that we'll always see in the film, Landon. Here is Sharp. And that one is going to be handed off to Luke Orsborn, and he will be down right where he came, only a gain of about 1 or 2. And the question coming into this one, Landon, was if this Vikings run defense could hold him. Here is Sharp once again. He'll take the snap. It's a pitch to the outside. Over to Trevor Gowan, the senior, and he'll be down right where he came, about a gain of 1 or 2. And on a 2nd down and 8, a 3rd down and 8, I believe, for the Vikings. For the Tomcats. And it looks like we have a penalty potentially. And the ball has been moved all the way up to the 40. I wonder what happened during that play, Landon. Did you catch anything?
No, I actually did not. Looks like it was a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Symmes Valley.
Very interesting.
On number 5 of the Symmes Valley.
That is Bronx Carpenter, the quarterback. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of the evening. And there is Sharp. He's going to hand it off to Gowan. Gowan trying to get through, and he is stopped right where he came once again. This Vikings defense packing the box.
Yeah, you know, we talked about this also, is Trimble, they're going to run the ball. They remind me of Colgrove. Run the wing tee, let your big dogs eat, you know. That's how they run.
Yeah. I very much agree with you, Landon. Trevor Gowan in his 2nd or 3rd game back, returning from this injury. He had a big game versus South Galley and was a big part of that win last week to upset the Rebels in the playoffs. And now, all of a sudden, they're here against Symmes Valley. And up the middle, it's Luke Orsborn. And he will get about a 1 to 2 yard carry. And it's going to be a 3rd down and medium for the Tomcats. What do you think the legendary coach Phil Ferris has up his sleeve? Here is Sharp on the play action, rolling out. Is going to chuck it for Dixon. It's incomplete. It was a miracle because Dixon was left wide open. And all of a sudden, it's a 4th down and 6, and it is decision time for Coach Ferris. What do you do here if you're Coach Ferris? You bringing out the punt team?
Yeah, you're gonna have to bring out the punt team here, especially on your own yardage. You know, you're gonna have to bring out the punt team, and hopefully they can pin them back deep.
And it looks like they will do exactly so. It is the kickoffs man / offensive lineman / defensive lineman / punter, Hunter Bykowski, the junior, into the ball game to punt it away. Back returning, it looks like it's Grady Holland and Bronx Carpenter. And that punt is blocked! It is blocked! Oh my goodness! A huge play right there by Symmes Valley. It was the middle linebacker, the junior, Aiden Freeman, who comes in there and digs deep. An amazing job right there, and the Vikings have it on their side of the field.
Wow. Way to switch momentum for the Symmes Valley team. You know, they didn't get the touchdown that they wanted after a failed 4th down, but they came out here just block a punt, you know, and set them up for perfect scoring position.
And now Bronx Carpenter, after a turnover on downs, they will trot out once again, hoping for a little bit of a better result. With about 5 minutes left in this 1st quarter, No score yet in what was a presumed shootout as Carpenter chucks it deep. Russell cannot reel it in. That was between both Russell and Fields, and no one could reel it in. And just like that, it is now a 2nd down and 10. This passing attack by the Vikings is not what it has been as advertised as for these last couple of games.
Yeah, you know, it's tough conditions, honestly, for the Symmes Valley team, especially with all the rain and mud. And, you know, Trimble's defense is playing pretty well. They're locking up most of the Symmes Valley receivers on those deep routes and letting them get the short routes. And
now here is Carpenter rolling out to his left, finds Maynard wide open. Maynard trying to run through some men. He's inside the 20. An electric play there by the sophomore running back, making something happen after the catch, and that's why you give him the rock. A very amazing job right there by Asher Manning. Carpenter just knowing when to let his big dogs eat.
No, Asher Manyard is a big player for this Symmes Valley team. It is one of the main mans for Brox Carpenter.
And here is Carpenter. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Here's Maynard. The man that's built like a brick house gets about a 6 to 7 yard gain, no pun intended.
You know, Asher Manyard just doing it all on the feet and in the air.
And now it is a 2nd down and 3 as Carpenter drops back, rolls out to his left. A lot of pressure on him. He evades it. Carpenter's going to do it himself. Carpenter is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow. Brox Carpenter.
Brox Carpenter just knowing when to use the feet. The young sophomore puts it in for his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings lead it early.
Brox Carpenter doing it all. The main man for the Symmes Valley team. He's the one who keeps this team alive.
Very well executed scramble right there. And it pays off. And now we will see the man that they call Miguel Ferreira, the freshman kicker, ready to put it up and away. He is 25 for 32 on PATs this year. Here is Ferreira. Kick is up, and kick is good by Ferreira. The freshman kicker is 1 for 1 in his career in the playoffs. And just like that, this game is 7-0 in advantage of the Vikings here on their home turf. We would like to thank our sponsors, Dave's Gutter Done, Brace Yourself Orthodontics, the Scioto River, and the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here on River City Sports Media for letting us broadcast these local athletes in the area. And now we will go to Landon Schultz, who has score updates from around the area. Landon, what do you got?
Tri-Village versus Portsmouth West. That game is sitting at 7-0 in Tri-Village's favor. A rematch of the FAC Championship, Jackson versus Miami Trace, 7-0 in Jackson's favor. Williamsburg, the number 1 seed in Division 5, Region 19, is up 7-0 at the Ed Miller Stadium versus the Morgan Raiders. Going down, Rock Hill is down 8-0 the Northeastern Jets. And the number 4 seed in Division 7, Eastern Eagles, are down right now to Fort Recovery, 13-0.
Wow.
And Barnesville just scored to make it 14-0 versus the Portsmouth Trojans at Barnesville.
Very interesting stuff. Thank you, Landon. And now it is back in the hands of Paul Sharp after this kickoff by Miguel Ferreira. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining left here in quarter number 1. Here is the kickoff by Ferreira. And it looks like it's another flag. Someone went a little bit too early, and this one will be going back. They went out to kick it from their own 35, I believe. I just want. Did you see anybody go by, Landon?
Yes. It looked like it was number 50, number 54 on Symmes Valley.
I got you. All right. As now Miguel Ferreira will kick it a little bit to the left hash. as he will now boot it from the 35-yard line. Here is Ferreira. And now he's kicking it from the other side. This is a very interesting development right here. Now and an amazing play right there by the Vikings. It looks like Symmes Valley has all the momentum right now. And now for the second time today, it'll be Paul Sharp and his squad coming out here readied up and ready to go. With about 4 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Here is Sharp. In the I formation, and this one is going back once again. Another false start by the Tomcats, and these penalties are just killing them on this drive. Oh, excuse me, they're going to call a delay of game instead of the false start. And that's even worse than a false start. You got to think about a time managing error more than a error by the feet. I mean, that's just kind of disappointing right there, Landon.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree, especially with a coach like Trimble has, legendary coach and Phil Ferraris. You know, he probably will not be very happy about that one. Talking a little bit about him, if he wins this game, this will be his 200th win in his career.
And here, taking the snap is Sharp. He's going to chuck it over to Dixon, and he's going to reel it in. Dixon makes a man miss. Dixon down the sideline before he's out of bounds at around the 40. The ball will be placed at around the 39-yard line after that amazing first down and reeled in catch by Aiden Dixon. Here is Sharp. And he is down right where he came. Luke Osborne trying to fight, but it's a gain tackle by the Vikings. And it's going to be a second down and forever for the Tomcats now.
This Symmes Valley defense looking elite so far, especially in that front line, limiting that running back who does all the main work for Trimble.
And if you take out this running game of Trimble, then you kind of start to make them dig deep and see what else they have. So a very nice job right there by the Symmes Valley defense. Here is Sharp once again. He'll hand it off to the left side. And Osborne is going to be down where he came again. This Symmes Valley run defense is unreal. That was their main goal of these practices this week. And all of a sudden, you got all the momentum here if you're Symmes Valley. It's a third down and 19. You got to draw something up in the playbook if you're Phil Fairs.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree. You got to throw off this Symmes Valley defense and maybe just throw it deep.
And we already have a flag on the play. This is very interesting. I wonder what happened this time. And it is against the Tomcats regardless. And the momentum is just clearly swinging to Symmes Valley, Landon. Penalty after penalty after penalty, and then loss after loss after loss. This has got to be very frustrating for the Trimble.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. You know, if you're Trimble, you got to try to keep this game limited in scores, and you got to find scores yourself instead of just playing defense the whole time.
And now on a third down and forever. You don't see this a lot if you're the Tomcats. Sharp's going to have to chuck it deep. And it is Intercepted
Wow.
by Jackson Fields.
What an interception.
The sophomore making it happen. And Symmes Valley is in their own territory after that again. This Vikings defense came to play, but we got an injury timeout on the field. And while there's an injured man down on the field, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Dave's Gutter Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. And the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors very, very much as Aiden Dixon gets off the field on his own will. And now all of a sudden, Symmes Valley has a chance to go up by not one but two scores in this matchup here late in this first quarter, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. You know, that was an awesome interception there. You know, that was probably one of the best interceptions I've seen all year.
After a nice interception by Jackson Fields, Bronx Carpenter and his boys come out with all the momentum on their side. As it's an absolute stack set to the right side. And hang on a minute. All of the referees are being brought in to discuss what's going on. I am very confused. What do you think is going on out there, Landon?
I'm not for sure, Malachi.
It looks like the referees stopped the game just to make sure that the clock was right. 3 minutes and 1 second here in this clock, on the clock and in this first quarter. Carpenter with four men stacked up on each other on the right side. This is a very interesting setup. Carpenter's going to chuck it deep, and it is caught by Fields. Fields breaks through, and he is going to be in the end zone for the touchdown. Wow. Welcome to the 1,000-yard club, Jackson Fields, and it's another touchdown for the Vikings. Show to shoot, and Brooks Carpenter is definitely one of those men. They're up by 2 scores early. It's a party in the valley right now. What a statement made in an absolute strike of a ball sent over the middle, and Jackson Fields just did the rest, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you. Bronx Carpenter slinging the rock to give Symmes Valley a 13-0 lead. If they keep playing like this, we might get out of here a little bit early.
As here is Miguel Ferreira, amped up and ready to go for a second PAT of the night. Ferreira's kick is up, and Ferreira's kick is good once again. And Symmes Valley leads it 14-0 with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left here in quarter number 1. And like we said, Landon, Jackson Fields is officially a member of the 1,000-yard receiving yards club. That's got to be a big moment for the sophomore right there.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you. And he's catching more than 50% of Brock's Carpenter's balls so far in the season. And that's a crazy statistic, especially as a sophomore.
I very much agree right there, Landon. This is going to be a very interesting drive to see how Trimble responds. Symmes Valley will continue to pack the box and hopefully stop this Tomcats run game if you are a Vikings fan. But if you are the Tomcats, you got to get a couple stops together. You cannot turn over the ball, most definitely, and you got to make something happen with this offense.
In the second quarter, Morgan gets on the board to cut it down to a 4-point lead for the Willisburg Pirates at Ed Miller Stadium.
Very interesting. Thank you, Landon. Miguel Ferreira is ready to pump this one up and away. Here's Ferreira. He'll kick it on a deep ball over to Sharp. Let's see what the quarterback slash kick returner can do. And he is brought down inside the 30. Nowhere for him to go, but we got a flag on the play. And let's see what this is about. And it's going to be an illegal block in the back on Trimble, and they will lose a couple yards due to that. And now on a 1st down and 10, head coach Phil Fairs and his squad inside their own 20. They got to make something happen here, Landon. Big chunk play would be nice.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you there, Malachi. They just need something. They got to score here on this drive, especially because it's only the first quarter.
Yeah, it's already 14-0. This could get out of hand really quickly if Trimble does not get some points on the board and a stop on the next possession. Here's Sharp. And it's going to be a play action option. And it'll be Sharp up the middle. He'll be down at around the 25, and that's another flag on the play. Let's see what they got here. And it's going to be a face mask on the Vikings, and Trimble's going to get a couple more yards out of it. As that is a face mask on the sophomore middle linebacker, Asher Maynard, a guy who's been doing it all, especially on offense, but right there gets caught with a face mask penalty, and it'll now be a 1st down and 10 for the Tomcats.
You can't listen to us. Quit listening to us.
Here is Sharp once again, this time in the I formation. Sharp takes the snap. Another fake. Trying to take it to the outside. Here's Sharp. Down he goes after a gain of about 1 or 2. A very nice job there by this run defense that Symmes Valley has most definitely worked on. You can definitely tell they did their homework on Trimble.
Yeah, they surely did. They're everywhere, especially on this run game. They are going to force Trimble to finally throw the ball, which was something we haven't seen all season from Trimble.
Now it's a 2nd down and 8 for the Tomcats. And here is Sharp, rolling. He's going to chuck it deep, and it's incomplete. Nothing much to get off of there, and then it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for the Tomcats. Another frustrating 3rd down upcoming. Beckham Roth, the freshman on the coverage. Very nice job right there by him. Now on a 3rd down and long, let's see what Paul Sharp's got up his sleeve. Here is Sharp, dropping back. He's going to get it off in time. Here is Osborne, and it's incomplete. Grady Holland says no, no, no on the coverage, and it's going to be a 4th down and 8. A nice break up there by the junior.
Yeah, great defensive play there. It looked like he got beat off the jump, and it looked like it could have been a touchdown, but he caught up and swatted that ball down.
That is Holland's 7th pass breakup of the season, leading the team. And now it'll be Hunter Bykowski kicking it up and away. Bykowski, it's a long snap, and he will get it blocked again. Asher Maynard, and the ball is loose, and it's recovered by the Vikings. What in the world is happening here in the Valley? Symmes Valley is playing with their heart out right now.
2 blocked punts to start this game. I've never seen that one before.
I've never seen that before either. I haven't seen a blocked punt in a game in general And we've seen back-to-back block punts on both drives. This is just insane. And now Brock Carpenter and his boys trying to put up 3 straight touchdowns to start off this game. As Holland is rushing out, and he is going to get checked, and it's a timeout by the Vikings. The play caller, Trent Carpenter, is not very happy abusing that timeout. And when you look at Symmes Valley, like we said, they are 6-0 at home this season. They defend their home turf very, very well. Their last time that they got beat here on this home field was on October 25th of 2024 versus South Gallia.
Yeah, you know, South Gallia, a team who actually lost to Trimble last week, and a very, very big shock.
It's on this entire team. Let's just see what this young Vikings squad can do with 1:13 left in quarter number 1. Carpenter drops back, takes the snap, chucks it deep. It is caught! It is caught and reeled in by Jackson Fields. Unbelievable! He just got mossed. Oh my goodness! An amazing play there from Jackson Fields continues this drive with around 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Carpenter gives it over to Maynard. Maynard's going to be wide open.
Wow.
Touchdown, Vikings. The man that's built like a brick house in the end zone once again. And Symmes Valley is boat racing the Tomcats. Landon, I did not expect this.
No, I did not either. I actually had Trimble winning this game, believe it or not.
And this Trimble defense that has only allowed 18 points a game has allowed 20 points. Could be 21 if Ferreira makes this. And it's going to be a fake. It's going to be a fake. Holland is down right where he came. I don't know what happened right there. I believe Holland bobbled the snap a little bit, was struggled him to make something happen on that hold, and they just hold onto the ball right there. And it is Trimble that is down 20-0, and we're not even done with this first quarter yet. Plain out dominance by the Tomcats thus far. This is amazing.
Yeah,
by the Vikings.
I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi.
The Vikings just putting on a show through the air, and it has been impressive to watch, especially with this rain stopping. It looks like no one's going to stop this offense that is conducted by Trent Carpenter and, of course, his son, Brock Carpenter, at quarterback. It's been a very interesting development to watch. And when you look at this Trimble side, a team that is historically pretty solid on the road, 21-10 on the road in the past 5 seasons, counting playoffs, neutral sites, and, of course, road games.
You know, Trimble's in real trouble here, Malachi. In all honesty, they're in big, big trouble.
If Trimble wants to make it back to the regional semis for the first time since 2020, they got a lot of work to do. But it ain't over till it's over, so we will see what happens as there's 38 seconds left here in quarter number 1. It'll be Sharp on the return once again. Here we'll take it to the left side. Sharp has no blockers. He'll be down at the 25. Orsborn to the outside, trying to make something happen. Vikings all over him. He's trying to make a play. There he goes upfield, and he loses his footing. He had a chance right there and just fell right around the 20-yard line. Hopefully he is all right, as he is slow to get back up. As time will expire here in quarter number 1, it is the Vikings that lead it 20-0 after 1 with a trip to the regional semifinal on the line. Landon, what are your thoughts?
This is absolute domination at its finest from Symmes Valley. Hopefully they can just score 2 more touchdowns and get us out of here early.
It'd be very interesting to see that, Landon. And on this Trimble side, you got a lot of history with this coach. Head coach Phil Fairs has been coaching since 1994, and this is his last season officially. He has had 3 state tournament appearances, has made the state final twice, and he's looking to end this last season on a bang. And with this group that's a 12 seed, I think making it to the regional semis would be a pretty nice way to go out.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. You know, it is a great way to go out. He's had a historical career.
And then also, when you look at them being underdogs, coming into this one, they were 17-point underdogs, but last week against South Gallia, they were 14-point underdogs. So only a 3-point difference between the 2 squads. And honestly, right now, Trimble is showing a reason why they are the underdogs, which is very frustrating for these Trimble fans, because their team is just getting stuffed with this run game, and it's been honestly really surprising with how Symmes Valley's run defense has been in the past couple of weeks. And they're just coming all over and just taking down this Trimble offense.
Yeah. You know, it is very surprising. You know, I did not think the Symmes Valley defense would hold up like this, especially after seeing some of their scores. And it seems like all the SOC 1 teams were just in straight shootouts the whole year.
Exactly. You know what they say, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. And Symmes Valley has definitely not done that here tonight, as this is going to be right up the middle, and Symmes Valley's defense is just all over anything that Trimble has. And it'll now be a 3rd down and long for the Tomcats. On a 3rd down and 7, let's see what the Tomcats have up their sleeve. They got to make something happen. Already down 20-0. Here is Sharp. He's going to roll out. Maynard all over him. But the Vikings players both trip over each other. Here is Sharp running out of time. He's going to chuck it. It's intercepted again. Oh, never mind. It's incomplete. But an amazing play by Jackson Fields. He might have the football. And it is an interception. Fields comes up with it on a huge play. Wow. Jackson Fields' 2nd interception of the night.
Wow.
And he's also been welcomed to the 1,000-yard receiving club. And he has a touchdown. Talk about a day for the sophomore.
Is this a legendary game? Is this the great performance here by Jackson Fields?
And now Symmes Valley has a chance to make it 27-0. This is crazy.
You know what's crazy to think is he's just a sophomore. I would love to see this kid, especially in his senior year.
This class of 2028 is very strong for Symmes Valley. Here is Carpenter rolling out to his right. Defender's chasing him. It's caught. A nice play right there by Beckham Roth. The freshman reeling it in, and he is amped up. Adding on to his 226 receiving yards on the season. And here is Carpenter in the hurry up. And looks like we got flags on the play. And it looks like we have a timeout for the Vikings before the flag was thrown. We would like to thank our sponsors. Dave's Gutter Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. The UPS Store. and the complex in West Portsmouth. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here on River City Sports Media for letting us cover local high school sports. Landon, honestly, this is not what I was expecting here in Symmes Valley. The Vikings are up 20-0, and we still got a whole nother quarter to play.
Yeah, you know, there's still 10 minutes and 54 seconds left on the second quarter. You know, anything can happen. They could score 20 more. Trimble could somehow make a comeback. Anything can happen.
Exactly. Anything can happen. That is the beauty of football. Here is Carpenter along with Maynard in the backfield. This dominant Symmes Valley offense will continue to go out there and fire it away. Here is Carpenter rolling out to his left, now to his right. Carpenter to Maynard. It's caught. He makes a man miss. Maynard's still going, and he is inside the 5. And the Vikings are just plain out dominating this Tomcats defense. I cannot believe what I am seeing. Symmes Valley just straight up taking it to this Tomcat squad. Here is Carpenter. Takes a snap. Gives it over to the right side, over to Maynard, but this one is going back. We got a false start on the Vikings. That'll be a loss of 5. Symmes Valley knocking at the door right here. You know, they usually average 43 points a game, and right now they're looking as good as advertised, Landon.
Yeah, you know, they're about to put another one into the end zone with about 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And what'd you say their average per game was? 33. Yeah, you know, averaging 30 points a game.
Carpenter takes a snap. Over the middle, it's caught by Fields. A very nice job, well done there by the sophomore connection. This Symmes Valley offense is just so hard to stop, Landon.
Yeah, you know, I would have to totally agree with you. Symmes Valley just doing it all on the ground, in the air. They're
and now it's a handoff to Maynard, and he will be down right where he came, about a gain of 1, if not anything right there. It'll now be a 3rd down for the Vikings. And that one is into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Asher Maynard puts them on the board.
Wow.
And this Vikings defense, offense is just straight out dominating them. And now they're going to go for 2. And now they are getting to try the 2-point conversion here. Here is Carpenter. He drops back. And he is almost sacked. He rolls out to his right, trying to improvise. And he will be finding a man. It's Fields once again. But wait, we got a flag, it looks like. And it is going to be a flag on Symmes Valley. This might make them rethink their decision to try and go for 2 once again. But like what we keep saying about this Vikings team, Landon, they just do not stop at all. And head coach Ben Ferguson looking to win his first career playoff game since becoming the head coach in 2022.
You know, this would be a great win for the program. Move on to the next round in the playoffs. Something the Symmes Valley team hasn't done in a very long time.
You are exactly right. It has been a very long time since the Vikings have been back in the regional semis. As they will, if they make that history happen tonight. This will be their first playoff win since 2020 in October. And here is Carpenter once again. He's going to drop back. And Chuck, and it is caught. Jackson Fields reels it in once again. No flags on this one. And it is now 28-0 Vikings. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. And while both teams take a break, we will thank our sponsors. Dave's Gutter Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. And the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here on River City Sports Media. We would also like to thank the Complex for sponsoring us as well down there in West Portsmouth, Ohio. They got all your needs for anything sports related.
And what's the Nelsonville?
With about 9 minutes left here in quarter number 2, it is the Vikings that lead it 28-0. Just plain out dominance here by Symmes, and Trimble just has no answer for what Symmes Valley has.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you. Symmes Valley just making it all happen on every side of this football game so far. Malachi, I am very impressed with the Symmes Valley team.
I don't know how you're impressed. This is insane. You come in here against a very experienced team. Ferrero will kick it up and away, and now it'll be around the 20. And that ball is muffed. It is muffed. And down as Mater just absolutely runs him over. And Michael Weaver does as well.
Wow.
This sophomore class is just absolutely firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you. There's a lot to be happy about in the future of Symmes Valley.
We got a score update from Barnesville. It is the Portsmouth Trojans that are down 27-0 against the Barnesville Shamrocks. Just plain out dominance by Barnesville right there, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you.
And out trotting Luke Orsborn as he will now be the quarterback. Orsborn to the right side on the option. He's going to try and get some blockers for him, and down he goes right there in the backfield. And now it'll be a second down for the Trimble Tomcats as they make a quarterback change. It is now the senior Luke Orsborn and then the Wildcat. Orsborn ready to take the snap for the Tomcats. He'll go to the left side, and he is met by an army of Vikings.
Wow.
It's now going to be a third down forever.
Malachi, thoughts so far?
Well, honestly, Symmes Valley's defense was the key to this game. We knew that Symmes Valley was going to come in here and put up points. We knew Trimble was going to come in here and be physical. What we did not know is how Symmes Valley's defense would be. Symmes Valley defense looks amazing so far, honestly, as they are pitching shutout ball with about 8 minutes left here in this first half of the football game. And it's just been utter dominance. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. If you would have told me, and the ball is snapped away. But wait a second, we got a flag there. A flag gets blown as he snaps the ball. This is very weird. As Symmes Valley man is backing up into the end zone, trying to appeal the touchdown. He has the football, and Andy Stroud will hand it right back to the referee. And it's just going to be a penalty. As Luke Osborne in at quarterback once again, it looks like. His right-hand man, Trevor Gowan. Here we go. Looking to the outside, Osborne trying to chuck it away, and that one is incomplete. Sharp almost reeled it in. And now it's a 4th down and 12, and at this point, you got to start going for it, I feel like, if you're the Tomcats, but they're going to bring out the punting team once again.
Yeah.
This has got to be frustrating if you're Trimble.
Yeah, I would totally agree, because if Symmes Valley puts another one on the board right here, it is officially a running clock.
Hunter Bykovsky will be the man to kick it up and away. He'll make another trip out. Let's see if this
Can
one
we see
does.
another block?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If there's another block punt, that would be very interesting. Bykovsky. Very nice job inside the 40. It goes. Hey, the junior lineman slash kicker has got a leg on him.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree with you, Malachi.
And now it'll be the main man, Bronx Carpenter, coming out once again. The young man looking to add on to his already amazing resume this sophomore season.
And Eastern gets on the board with a fake punt. Eric Manley on a fake punt, their quarterback, gets in. Eastern 6 to 19.
Here is Carpenter jumping back and taking the snap. To the outside on the nice RPO screen. Up the middle. Lightning strikes. An amazing play. And he is loose.
Oh, my
Touchdown
Lord.
Vikings. Beckham Roth, the freshman, puts it in the end zone for the touchdown.
And
wow, these underclassmen for the Vikings are playing outstanding.
And we have officially, we are running clock territory now, Malachi. What a play there. Bronx Carpenter to one of his main mans, the freshman, Beckham Roth, put it in.
Miguel Ferreira puts it up and through, and it is a now running clock here in Symmes Valley. River City Sports Media welcomes you back here to Symmes Valley. It is now 35-0 in advantage of the Vikings, as now they will kick it up and away. Here is Miguel Ferreira. Freshman all time here in Symmes Valley, as that kick will go out of bounds. And Trimble will get the ball with a little bit of an advantage here. As now it'll be, I believe, Luke Osborne still in at quarterback for this Trimble Tomcats squad. As the clock will continue running, it is officially a running clock here in Symmes Valley. And now we have another flag being thrown. What is going on? It's a false start on the Tomcats. I am just so confused what is going on right now. An amazing statement made by the Vikings in this first half. You know, for a team that made a big statement like Trimble last week, they're just playing out flat, Landon. As it looks like Paul Sharp is back under the wing at quarterback. Let's see what he can do here. Sharp, locked and ready to go, gives it off to his main man, Trevor Gowan, and he'll barely get any yards.
You know, this Symmes Valley defense is insane, Malachi. I did not expect this, but their play callers and everything, they're doing the right things. They are shutting down this Trimble offense.
For a defense that gives up around 24 points per game, it's an average defense statistically, but tonight, if you just came in here and didn't give me a stat sheet, I would
totally agree with you.
Sharp getting set, and it is get it to about the 40, trying to dive for a little bit more extra yardage. Block. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. As they are stacking it up a little bit more than usual there. Here is Sharp. He'll take the snap, give it to the outside, over to Osborne, and that is going to be short of the first down. It'll be a 4th down here for the Tomcats. And I would say it's decision time, but you got to go for it here. It's a 4th down and 1. You're out around the logo. You got to make something happen here.
Yeah, you know, I would totally agree with you. But it looks like it was a 1st down.
The referee called it very interesting. Okay. Sharp. Ready to take the snap, and it's another false start on the Tomcats. Symmes Valley has just played perfect from start to finish, Landon.
Maybe just get something here. It's the best they can do.
As Ferrero will kick it up and away, we are back to football here. As it's going to be a pitch to the outside, over to Sharp, and a nice play for the Tomcats. He is breaking through. Burba will be down right around the 50. A nice job there on the return by Cade Burba and Paul Sharp. As Sharp just pitched it to him on the return. As now it looks like Luke Osborne is coming back in at quarterback. Very interesting here. Now here's Osborne chucking it up and away. It's Sharp now, and he'll be down right where he came. Grady Holland on the coverage and on the tackle. That's another tackle for loss by Holland this season. He's just done an amazing job as cornerback 1. And now you got a 2nd down and long for Trimble right here. And that's just been the story of the game. They can't do anything on 1st down, which leads to them not doing anything on 2nd down, which leads to them not doing anything on 3rd down. And then when it comes to 4th down, you're just... And now we got a timeout for the Tomcats before the play. Head coach Phil Ferris is not happy, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. You know, he's just trying to get something here, especially towards the end of the half with 2 minutes left. He's just trying to get something at all to come and maybe try to score.
River City Sports Media welcomes you back here to Vikings Stadium, and honestly, this show has been all Symmes Valley Vikings. It is 41-0 in advantage of Symmes Valley. It's just been utter dominance and just an amazing job by this offense of the Symmes Valley Vikings, and this defense has really stole the show tonight as well. They have just been unstoppable. They are just putting every drive together, not allowing really anything. They're just doing a great job.
Yeah, I would have to completely agree with you.
And
Malachi.
here is it's going to be Trevor Gowan breaking away, and he'll be inside the 40. And that is probably the third or the second Tomcats first down of this game. And we got about 2 minutes left. As Trimble will keep it going right here. If they could have done that earlier in the game, this could probably be a different story. But unfortunately, it is now first down, and you're down 41-0.
Let's try it out.
It is now Sharp in at quarterback this time. Sharp will give it over to Gowan, and he is down right where he came. Symmes Valley's run defense is for real, it looks like, as of right now.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. I don't even know if Trimble has 100 yards in this total game so far.
They probably do not, if I had to guess. They probably don't even have around 70 or 50 yards. It's just been a rough go for the Tomcats. Here is Sharp on the fake handoff, and down goes Sharp. It is Asher Maynard once again. What a day he has had. Rushing in the end zone for touchdowns, tackling people for loss, and just sacking men left and right. Asher Maynard just bringing the heat right there. And it is a third down and forever for the Tomcats. They just got to get something on offense. I don't know what you got to do. I mean, Jackson Fields himself has 3 interceptions on the game. It's just been crazy, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to completely
As
agree
Sharp
with you.
in the backfield, running for his life. Here is Sharp. It's like a video game, and down he goes.
Wow,
Symmes Valley is all over this man.
big sack there.
And it is a 4th down and 21, but the half is going to end right here as time expires. It is 41-0 Vikings at the end of the first half.
Wow.
With
We really don't see this, especially in a full game. At halftime, that is complete dominance by the Symmes Valley, and the offensive coordinators are cooking up.
I just cannot believe what Hello. River City Sports Media welcomes you back here to Vikings Stadium. I'm Malachi Rizzo. To my right, my partner in crime, Landon Schultz. We are sorry for the technical difficulties, as the Vikings just continue to dominate in this one, Landon. As the running clock rule is officially now in effect, here is Osborne to the outside, and he will get about a 4 to 5 yard gain. Landon, with about 9 minutes left in this ball game, in this first half, what are your thoughts?
You know, this is just a complete domination by the Symmes Valley crew. You know, they've done everything right. All the X's and O's plus that.
And now this one will go to the outside. It's going to be, oh my goodness, it's Gowan. He's got 1 man to beat, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. The Tomcats strike first in this second half. And a nice job there by Trevor Gowan. Trimble showing why they shouldn't quit, and they get an early touchdown right there by Trevor Gowan. Very impressive start. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, just zoom it in so it doesn't look stupid. Yeah, okay.